Welcome to another edition of the Nerds Delight podcast. We host today JayRow
and Crump Casso.
Welcome. We got two guests. We got two special guests in the building today. One returning, one new. What's going on, Mike?
What's going on, man? It's good to be here again.
Awesome, glad to have you. And we got a newcomer in the building. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Jamal Craft. Been a while. Nice to be here.
Glad to have you, man. So today's episode, we're going to talk about Marvel vs. Capcom, the best fighting game, I think, personally, of all time. Well, the best series, excuse me. Before we get into the conversation, don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel for any future videos, past videos, to get into the conversations and to get involved with the channel. So to kick it off, Jamal, we're going to start with you, man, because you're the first time guest. How'd you get into Marvel vs. Capcom?
Well, I used to play, I don't know if y'all remember Reginald Joyner, Reggie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we used to go down to the mall over in Kinston and play it in the arcade. Used to take all my quarters down there. I used to use his money, though, because, you know, he had the money. I was just there for a ride.
He was balling.
Yeah. And then he bought that RAV4, and it was like he never wanted to go back there again. So.
Yeah, so we had an arcade that was in our mall. It was called Take 10.
Oh yeah, that's what it was called.
And what it was like, you know, it had all the games, like, you know, every game you can think of. Like it was small, but it was like everything was in there.
Okay.
And, we had the Marvel vs. Capcom, the Tekkens, the Ninja Turtle games, the Mortal Kombat, anything you can think of, we had it.
Right.
And you know, it was like kind of like the typical hangout spot for after school stuff, just to play, you know, arcade games and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, that was like our only access into Marvel, like that and the skating ring. Like I remember the skating ring had X-Men versus Street Fighter, and it had there was another one, X-Men Children of the Atom. So like I had all those kind of games in those different places. But it really kind of changed the game when I think Mike was the first one out of all of us to get it on console. Wasn't it you? You were the first one to get it on console, right?
Yeah, because I was always a console player. Like I didn't do the arcade stuff.
So yeah,
couldn't afford it.
Okay, but you can afford that PlayStation 2. It don't make no sense.
And then like Mike's spot was like the hangout spot. We had like all the battles there. Like we had like I think he was the first one to get Marvel vs. Capcom 2 though. You were the first one, right, Mike? Or was it Jamal? It was
probably on PlayStation, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
On PlayStation, yeah.
So it was you know, your spot was like ground zero. So basically everybody went there to play it. And then you know, Mike and Jamal used to have the battles. They used to go at it. And well, I think at first Jamal was the one that was winning the most of the time, and then
and Mike got better somehow.
Oh yeah, him and Reggie, man, at first.
Yeah, we came in destroyed, and then Mike was like, "Forget that, I'm going to play all night, every day, come back and I'll beat you down." That's all right though.
But what's funny though about that was like Mike used to tell me all the time. He was like, "Yo, I can't let these dudes come to my house and get me like this." So yeah, like I don't know if it was the all day, all night kind of thing, but I know Mike was putting in that work.
No, because here's how it works with fighting games. You get better by playing better competition. I've been playing these games for years, and you know, I played against the AI and my little brothers, and you know, I'm just way above them. So when Jamal and Reggie came in, I was like, oh, okay. Like, you know, these guys are giving me stuff I've never seen before. So over time, you study what they were doing, and you adapt, and you figure out how to counter what they were doing. So, you know, better competition made me get a lot better.
Jamal and Reggie used to get on my nerves because they used to like chain air combos like crazy.
Yeah, a lot of stuff they were doing I hadn't seen before at first. So
And he stole all the moves. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. In the end, you got me. In the end, you were way better than what I was.
Yeah, the fighting games, man, that was my thing, man.
It was like we did that, and it was like, all right, man, you better to be a Marvel vs. Capcom. Then try to switch over to Tekken, and then you and Paul are like, man, forget this. I'm done. I'm done playing you.
So Mike used to that was like his enjoyment, like to like break somebody's confidence and then just like make somebody want to stop playing the game, yo. Like I used to get heated with Mike, yo, because Mike like he'll see I'll come over there and Jamal like so what Mike didn't know was that when Jamal used to come over to our house, me and my brother's house, Jamal would actually train me a little bit in Marvel vs. Capcom. Like he would tell me like show me like different combos and the people to play with. He said, don't keep picking all the frontline people. All the frontline people you're gonna get your butt with. You're gonna keep getting your you gotta get some people that can do the projectiles, and you gotta do the people that got good defense, and then you have one frontline person. And then like I was like, oh shit, Jamal's showing me all these different moves. I'm ready to play Smite. I'm ready. So I go over to Mike's house and like lose the mic.
Yeah, by that time I had already seen it all, man. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You kept trying to do the same Spider-Man combos. It wasn't working out, man.
And then what's so crazy is like when I started like figuring like, oh, I don't have to play with Spider-Man anymore. I can play with other people. Still figured it out. Because I used to try to get him with this move with it got him it's with Felicia. I was playing with Felicia. And like he was like, I didn't see people play with her before. And then he figured it out. He's like, oh well, fuck it. And then like and then I didn't know about the Iceman. So Jordan, like Iceman had a move where he just basically just he'll block all the projectiles. Like no projectile will hurt him.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, like his shield would just block everything.
Dope.
I'm not gonna lie. You started off so bad that I used to beat you with Dan as like my sole character.
Yeah, Dan was like the joke character. Like if you lose with Dan,
I'd start crying, laughing.
See, what was so crazy is like me and Jamal had not Jamal Powell, but me and my brother, we had the game on Dreamcast. And it was easier to play on Dreamcast than it was to play on the PS2. And I was able to do a lot of things on the Dreamcast version that I wasn't able to do on the PlayStation version. The PlayStation version was just like, it had so many different buttons. The Dreamcast version didn't have that many buttons. So like it was almost damn near arcade level like gaming. But the PlayStation 2 version had so many different buttons. And like those dudes just Mike and Jamal would just they used to like just chain the buttons up the way they wanted to. And they used to have like tie these little combos in together. It was like like Mike used to get on my nerves with Dr. Doom. Like Dr. Doom.
Yeah. He was worse with that.
Yeah, that was a good one. That assist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think Thanos was one. I don't want to because you didn't do that cheat, Mike. You didn't do the cheat with Storm, Magneto, and Sentinel.
Oh, that chain, yeah, to trap you.
Yeah, you didn't do any of that. Like that's like when because when you play online, those people would do that stuff and they would try to they would hack the system with that.
Yeah, that wasn't that fun to me. It wasn't that fun to me to do that. So I like to have fun.
You can do the same thing with Dr. Doom though.
Well, you can get out of that though. Like you're not trapped.
Yeah.
It's just once it gets you, it's like you don't get hit, but you can still, you can still recover. The storms, you get trapped in that, like it's over. Like,
and the Sentinel, the rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And then like who I can't remember the other character you used to use too. Akuma. You used to love using Akuma, yo.
Oh, yeah, I like Akuma.
Like Mike was like kill Akuma, yo.
Yeah, Akuma was good because he can do that spinning, the hurricane kick, and then get you with the aerial thing.
Yeah, the aerial super. Yeah, that thing was dope.
It take like half your life with just that one moveset. Dude was just a beast. Like
and I was with the raging death.
Oh yeah, yep.
Man, this almost makes me want to go play the game, man. I haven't played it in years.
I still have it, but You can't play it on. It's not backwards compatible, so you can't
Nah.
like play it on the later
Oh, that
systems.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
that's
the I got the PS3 one.
Oh,
Like,
do you? Oh,
yeah, you know the online one. Yeah,
I thought you. I
from
thought
the
you couldn't
store.
play
I
that
think.
anymore.
you can
Oh
still
well, I don't know.
play it.
I haven't turned it on in a long time, so I don't.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't think you can play that
You
anymore.
can't play it
Like on
online, but you can play it.
You can play it
like
without playing online.
Yeah.
oh
Oh, gotcha. Uh,
Yeah, it
See,
sucks,
I didn't
man.
like playing
Because
online for that reason though. Like because when it's competitive online, it's like the people who are good they want to do the trap moves, and it's just
oh yeah, they want to hack
not.
it all. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not the same.
yeah, and I think that's part of the reason why, like when you play that particular game online, you don't see a lot of the same traffic, and I think that's part of the reason why they shut off the online service for that, because they realized a lot of people were complaining about that. And what's so cool now is the fact that there's been like a campaign to try to like save Marvel vs. Capcom, because they felt like it's been like pushed in the shelf like for too long. And now they got this resurgence where like they got the game cabinets out for it, as well as like there's like still the campaign to get them on like the current consoles now. So like they're really trying to save this game, and like I mean I'm all for it. Like granted, like the last two versions of the game haven't been like up to par to like two, because I still feel like two is like the best one hands down.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
like 3. I didn't like 3 at all. I tried to play it, and it's just not. It's not the same.
I think they try to make it too friendly, like too accessible. They were trying to get people who never played to play it, so they made the controls like, yeah, it's not the same kind of game. Like it's not a technical fighting game like that.
Yeah, definitely not.
And not even just with the fight game mechanics, it was like the character selection too, because
Oh yeah, they
they
got all those
they
random people.
because they were trying so hard to include so many Marvel characters that no one ever heard of, or the lesser tier people. And I guess they were so conscious of the fact that the previous games were so X-Men centric, like, they wanted to take them away and like, get people exposed to newer characters.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I guess it was still trash. it was still
No,
trash.
I'm with you.
Like,
I'm with you.
even like the design, I was just like, like that 2D spirit was just gone. And like they try to do more of like the Street Fighter 4, 5 type deal. And it's like the whole era is gone for me now. But this is at the same time where they were like trying to bring back 8-bit games. So I was like, I don't know why you were just, like turn off that nostalgia.
I think that's the problem Japanese developers had. I don't know what's going on now, but I think it was an issue with them trying to adapt to the HD age. Like they're trying to do too much. Because the same thing with RPGs, they were trying to be more Americanized. They're trying to get wider appeal. Like stick to what you do best.
Yeah.
Keep it 2D.
I know. I mean, they kept Blaze Blue 2D for the most part. So it was like, why switch that one?
Exactly. And then the new Dragon Ball Fighter Z game, that's like
I love that game.
Yeah, it's basically like Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, they could have did it just like that, and I would have been fine with it. Like, but they ruined it with Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Like, I tried to play it, and I was like, I don't even try anymore.
Oh, they ruined it with the Infinite one. It's like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah,
that
one sucks too.
That one sucks too.
Yeah. And then the fact that you have to like buy all the characters, I was like, come on, bro. Like this is ridiculous.
Like the whole
we had like 50-something characters on part 2.
Yeah, part 2 had like an insane number of people.
Like by the time you buy all the characters, you spent like $200.
Nickel and diamond.
Well, the appeal of part 2 was the fact that you could start off with all those characters.
And it just had all the. It was pretty much like the culmination of, because X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Street Fighter, like this was the culmination of all those games up to that point. Like this is everybody. Like,
yeah. And then it was just cool because it was like a cultural phenomenon kind of game, because of the fact that, like you said, it was like a culmination of all the games that you used to play at the arcade. It was like a culmination of all the shows that you used to watch as a kid. It was a culmination of like all the books you used to read, and games, etc. Like everything together in one game. and it was cool. It was like cool, and then you uncooled it with the next titles. So it was just kind of whack. And like to me, like I just hope they I hope they are listening to the people with this petition that they came out with to bring it back to its roots. Like don't oversimplify don't oversimplify the equation. It's a simple equation. Keep it 2D. Bring back the characters that people love. Keep the same, just tweak the game mechanics. Like if you could create a game like Fighter Z, and it's a great fighting game, like flat out, it's a really good game. Like you can do the same thing with a Marvel vs. Capcom.
Really
They
good.
won't.
I mean, no,
They won't.
hey,
Too far now.
Hey, they said they're gonna they were like they listened to the people. They created a game cabinet for it already. That's the first step. Then they're gonna bring it back into the modern consoles. I think next year, mid to late next year, you'll see Marvel vs. Capcom on the modern console.
Well, do they even have the license to all the characters still?
Well, Capcom wants to. Capcom and Marvel have had conversations about bringing it back. I mean, bringing 2 back, and then like
kind of like re-releasing the second one, like
like
on the modern. Okay.
Yeah, and then they said the fans like it. So if they respond to it well, then they'll like have ongoing because they're about to create a new Fatal Fury. They're doing a new Fatal Fury game, so it's like I feel like as long as you listen to your fan base and and it pays dividends, they'll keep listening because I mean. What else they got to lose? Because I mean, those numbers for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite wasn't good. So why is people asking for an old game to be re-released if the numbers were great?
I mean, the game, if you look on eBay, is still selling for like $200. So if that tells you anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Just
still
saying.
a hit. It's still a hit.
Yeah. And then on top of that, I think Michael B. Jordan is also like trying to lead the charge on that Marvel vs. Capcom 2, like putting it back out there on the modern consoles.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's a big
Yeah.
deal. Dude.
Oh yeah,
It's a big
he's
deal.
from that generation. That's right.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a big deal.
And this is how obsessed I was with it. I read an article. Like, Michael B. Jordan wants it.
I mean, just to get a small sample size of what we used to do back in the day, man, that's gonna be like it's gonna be crazy. Just a small just to play it. I mean, I don't even care about losing as much as I did before. Just to play it.
You say that now.
I'm gonna say, look, I'm an adult. I can take the pain. I can take the L. So, but it ain't gonna come easy. It ain't gonna come easy.
I got kids now, so I'm not as good as I used to be.
Oh, so you lose to them now in games?
No, well, hold on. No, my 13-year-old, he's getting pretty good.
What are you playing them in?
Fighter Z.
Oh yeah, I cannot get the combinations the way I want to in there. I like
can't either.
I like playing with Gohan, but I can get Gohan's moveset, but everybody else is kind of wishy-washy.
Yeah, I like Gohan. I like Kid Goku, and that's level 4. Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah. But he just presses a bunch of buttons and somehow beats me. So I feel like if Marvel vs. Capcom came out, he'd be the same way.
Well, if they keep it the way it was, then maybe not, because you used to know a lot of the tricks.
I do know the moves.
You got to know the controls for Marvel vs. Capcom too. That's one of the reasons why they changed everything for 3, where you just can press buttons.
Press buttons, switch out people, hold combos forever a day.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Might know how frustrated I got with 3 though, because that was.
Oh yeah, we're still.
I remember that. This was when it came out. Remember that Sentinel move?
Oh yeah,
where you just duck and he shoots the little beam and.
It was nerfed. It was nerfed. Jashad
they changed it later. They patched it later.
Yeah, it was nerfed. So cheap. Yeah, It was Jashar was using that mess. You remember?
Yeah.
He kept, like that's how he wasn't even good. He was just using that
You
Sentinel
press
move.
down and triangle. Like it
Yeah.
was so simple.
Wait, what did it do? It was like a continuous blast.
Yeah, it was like a continuous blast, but it took your energy if you blocked it. So he can just like keep shooting it, like press one button to keep shooting you until you die from blocking it.
That's crazy.
I had to look at because Mike figured out how to get past that stuff, so that's why I had to look at Mike play it because like that. This dude was just he was trash, man. Trying to do that mess. Like I was sitting there, like you can't, like how you gonna sit there and say you good when even the game developers said they nerfed Sentinel. Like it didn't make no sense at all.
Hey, you can't get mad at the game mechanic that the developers put in there, though. I mean,
Yeah. You take advantage
you know what I
of it,
mean?
man.
Like you
you
gotta
know?
take
I
advantage
know,
of
but
what you can.
but there's a reason why the game developers went back in and patched it to make the Sentinel at a lower level because they knew they overpowered it. It's just like with well, I think it was it Magneto or was it Storm? It was one of the two that had a move that they can just chain it together.
On part 2?
No, on part 3.
Oh. I don't remember.
Cause I know it was they had to patch 2 people because their move set was too strong. And I remember Dante, like I was like, oh, so they put Dante on the game? And then he was one of the worst ones on the game.
Yeah.
He had all those moves, but they weren't really all that good. They were flashy.
Yeah.
They had like tons of moves.
He had to like switch to different sets. I was like, this is too confusing. I can't like keep up with this.
I used to like what's my boy's name? Super Scroll. He was
all right.
Yeah, he was the one
I
on
don't know
part
if
3. He had a Fantastic Four powers and stuff.
I don't ever play with him.
Oh yeah. Okay. I remember.
Yeah,
He's
he
all
was,
right.
yeah, he was like he used to do like a chain thing with his fist, and it was like he could do the stretch with the rock fist, and it can turn it on fire, and just chain you with it. I was like, okay.
No, on part 3, it was who was the other one? It was the Hulk. Remember the Hulk?
Oh
He
yeah,
would hit you with because Chris was doing that all the time.
Oh yeah,
He would knock you down with the
and then do the meteor.
yeah, because it would go through everything.
See, I'm not lying. Even Mike said it. Hey, Mike normally won't complain about anything. And if he's telling you this, it's the real thing.
Yeah, you can beat it. It was just annoying, like to play against it.
So if it does come out, say, I mean, this is hypothetical. When it does come out as a newer game, what would you want to see in it?
Honestly, the same game, just maybe different characters. I'm cool with it being the same game.
Yeah, same. I mean,
Like-
I do want the online play like there is in like
Yeah,
the
online.
newer games. Yeah.
That would be dope.
I didn't really like the online play in the PS3 version.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can like fix that to where it's not like from 1990 AOL dial-up, that'd be great.
Yeah, because you can't have lag, like any delay in that kind of game.
Yeah.
Because it's too fast paced.
Yeah, but overall, yeah, I'll be cool with it being like very similar, just maybe some new characters or something like that. But because it's a nostalgia game.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
honestly.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like, because they come out with so many remakes and re-releases of games, it shouldn't even take you long to come up with something like that's super quick. Well, just like what Jamal was saying about Blaze Blue, how like Blaze Blue like looks beautiful, like it's a like cool looking game, and it's 2D. They're flashy with their super moves and stuff. It turns like slightly 3D, but then it still keeps the 2D flat screen. You can do something simple like that with Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yep, sure could.
Yeah,
I'm
he
tired of playing freaking Call of Duty. I need something different.
Yeah, and it's crazy how Call of Duty, all they do is do like a refresh with that game, and you can't do a refresh with Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah, it
I
was
mean, look what
literally
Call of Duty sells, though, man. Come on now.
it's true. It's
No,
true.
it's Call of
It's
Hey,
about the
I'm
money.
not,
But they do
it's
the
all
same
about money.
thing every year, though. Every year it's the same. And I still spend $70. Like, oh, this is gonna be different. I like
Yeah, there you
wait
go.
to the end and I'm like, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying. And then the last day, everybody's like, "Hey, we're about to play this." I'm like, "I'm buying it."
Yeah, you got to. Everybody else is on it, so.
Yeah,
Well, it's just like with 2K. The same thing with NBA 2K and
Yeah.
Madden. Yeah, people
Oh.
you always gonna, unfortunately, like, especially if you're already been a fan, you're gonna keep spending that money.
yeah. I gotta get out of it. I gotta get out of it. It's too much.
Yeah,
I broke the Madden one and the 2K one, but I have not broken
Call of Duty.
Modern Call of Duty. Not broken that one.
Yeah, it's hard to break Call of Duty because they find ways to get you even more hooked, especially with the Warzone and then with the Warzone feature, as well as with like updated graphics, as well as with like the multiplayer.
Well, that's the thing though. Warzone is free.
Well, yeah, but multiplayer isn't though.
It's true.
And that's what everybody wants to play.
Well, yeah. Elwood, he loves Warzone. He said he doesn't like the multiplayer
I like the multiplayer.
because we know Warzone has that big map. It's like you're basically running in a city.
Yeah.
And multiplayer is more of a condensed level, like an arena kind of thing. So, I just think like if you can do the same thing with Marvel, if you can do the same thing with Call of Duty, you can do the same thing with Marvel. Same thing with 2K, you can do the same thing with Marvel. Like all they gotta do is just do another patch, do another patch, do another patch.
Yeah.
So, well, fingers crossed for fingers crossed for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 to be re-released in 2023. And then another fingers crossed for a new Marvel vs. Capcom, you want to call it like the real part 3 instead of what it was before.
What's the cabinet called?
Well, it's a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet, but it has other games up there like the like Marvel War of the Gems, Marvel vs. Capcom 1,
okay.
Street Fighter vs. X-Men, Children of Atom.
Is that on like the?
It's like I saw it at Walmart and stuff. I saw it on Walmart.com.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's one of those.
I thought it was like
Yeah,
in the store.
I need my
Like the-
controller, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Mike on that. I need a controller. I can't like, and them things, the price for those is as much as like a console. Like I think it was like $500, $600.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a little bit much for me.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, I
like-
see it.
Crazy.
Yeah, and you can just buy you a
$600.
PlayStation for less than that.
Yeah, I thought you were saying that it was like one of the, how they build like the collections on, and they put it on like the App Store, like the Xbox Game Pass and
no.
stuff.
I mean
Ooh.
a physical cabinet.
That would be crazy. Like they had all the
Yeah.
games in the collection.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying. I was like, I'm down with that. Where is that at?
That's only a matter of time. That's only a matter of time.
That's what I was thinking. They should do something like that. Like, cause I've seen them put stuff out like that on like different like Marvel games, but if they were to do it with that, I don't think they would do it with
just
that.
did one with Street Fighter, and then they just did one with Darkstalkers. They also did one with I can't remember the other one. I can't remember the Capcom series. I think it was King of Fighters, but whatever. They did it. They did little collections like that recently, so it's only a matter of time because I feel like they're gonna do a Mortal Kombat one again.
Oh God, Mortal Kombat. It's another game that doesn't change much.
Mm-mm. That's just
That one in
Tekken.
Tekken.
Oh, Tekken.
Yeah.
No, this new Tekken a little straight though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looked real good. It
Check
looked
it out.
real good. Like graphically, it looked crazy good.
Hey, well, I'm gonna have to check it out. But if I play Mike, he can't pick Paul. You pick anybody except for Paul. Anybody else?
Yeah, Mike.
Real
Well,
talk.
Mike, Mike
Real
don't care.
talk.
Well, Mike don't care about playing with anybody. He'll pick anybody. You think?
Yeah, I'm taking,
care.
man. Like almost every character, man. Almost every character.
I don't care. You just
Crazy.
can't pick Paul.
Crazy. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say they raw with Paul before. Like, and Paul ain't trash, but I just never heard nobody say like
Right?
that guy. Yeah, never.
Mike
Same.
loves Paul.
Paul's so tricky because your boy, man. What's your boy name?
Chris.
Because his boy got me one
Yeah.
time, man. With Paul. What's your guy name? That plays Tekken?
Chris Phillips.
Chris, yeah. After I saw that, I adapted. I didn't get to play him again though.
he keeps talking on the side. I gotta get you and him together on the episode because he keeps talking a lot of trash. Jordan heard him.
Yeah.
He was talking trash about you, Mike.
He got that one off, but I guarantee that won't happen again.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Nerds Light Podcast. Please follow Mike's channel, Knowledge Mike. And can you tell them more about it briefly before we log off? Just where they can find you?
Yeah, you can go on YouTube, type in Knowledge Mike. I travel all over the country and in Boston right now. And so if you like that type of content, you're interested in that stuff, come check it out.
Yeah, please log in. I'm gonna get his link and I'm gonna put it in the description so you guys can click into the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Peace.